Hi everyone, it's Claire back again. I'm going to go through my pale blues today, and because I've got 21 of them, some here and some on another swatch wheel, I thought I'd swatch them already just so that it doesn't end up being like a 2-hour video. But yeah, so I'm starting here with, I've tried to kind of categorise them into, I would say these are pale, in the bottle they are anyway, pale, kind of powdery blues, and then there are some blues here that I didn't realise had quite a green tint to them, and then more sort of baby blue, sky blue, kind of pale blue, and then on the other swatch wheel I've got some more kind of greyish blues. So let's start with this one. This is Pretty Perfect polish, and this was a Christmas polish. This is Snow is Glistening. Let me see if I can get some focus. So it's a very, very pale blue base with loads of tiny, tiny micro glitter and blue, and I'm just trying to see if they're squares or hexes. I think, there are squares in there as well. So blue hex glitters and silver square glitters. I didn't notice that. I've never noticed that before. Oh, I think the blue is squares as well. My eyes are going funny. But yeah, that's Snow is Glistening, and that's Pretty Perfect polish. Really, really pretty. Like this one. So I'm keeping that. Now, when I started this, I was thinking I should do what I've advised, really, which is kind of set some goals, because I've got, 20 something pale blues. So my goal for this video is to try to destash 5. Is that right? Would that be a quarter? Yeah, 5. Yeah, this one here is, I can't get rid of it. I would want to probably destash it because it's not really my kind of thing, but I put it in my project polish. This is Daddy's Lil Monstar, rather than Monster, Monstar, and that's because it's got stars in it. So it's got blue stars and pink matte hex glitters, but I don't know whether it's the way I apply it or whether it's just a little bit thick of a cream rather than a crelly, but you can't really, the stars unfortunately get a little bit drowned in the base. I've not applied that very well at all, but that's Daddy's Little Monster, and I'm putting this one back into project polish. This next one here is Nailed London. And this does look like a grey, but it's actually a very, very, very pale, you can see a little bit of the blue in there, very pale powder blue. If I put it next to a grey, no, it still looks grey. But, wow, yeah, it is a blue. I think you can see the blue a little bit more on the swatch wheel, but that's Nailed London. I really like this one. I'm keeping it. That's Attention Seeker. This one here is a beautiful blue. It's almost like a lavender periwinkle kind of blue, and that's Orly Quo by Orly. And I picked this up in the sale, Head in the Clouds, and I'm keeping this one. I really, really like it. I think I got that from TK Maxx. This one here is Alice by Polish Me Royalty, and it's actually got gold flakies in there, so this kind of represents Alice in a bottle, so Alice's dress and the golden hair. I think I'm going to destash this one though, just because I do have another polish that's a similar tone, this one here, and again I can never quite get these crelly type polishes to work very well for me, especially the really pale ones. So I am rambling. I'm going to destash this one. Let me keep the destash ones here. Okay, the next one here is this one, which is an OPI, and it's a boy, so this is a baby blue. And I do like this one. And I'm just trying to look to see if it is unique. It's a little bit comparable to this one. But I've swatched these two before. This is the Pure Ice, and there is a difference. The Pure Ice is definitely brighter. Okay, so we move on to the next one here, which is Zoya Lillian. And I just really, really like that. I've not got many Zoyas, and I do like the formula in this one, so I'm keeping this. Not doing too well with trying to get to 5. I'm definitely keeping this next one, which is Cinderella by Sinful Colours. It's not the easiest formula to work with, but it's just got such a pretty finish, and it's just so delicate. So definitely keeping that one. This next one is the Pure Ice that Debbie sent me. That's going nowhere. Beautiful one coater. This next one here is Ciate that I think Nika sent to me way back, like beginning of last year. I think I've worn it once, and it's different in that it's a crelly rather than a cream. But yeah, I do have like this shade here, which is It's a Boy? Yeah, that's very similar. So I'm actually going to destash the Ciate. And then we move on to this one here, which is Rimmel Pillow Talk, and this is one of my favourite blues. I just love it. So I'm keeping this one, and it's got a very slight silvery shimmer in there. Oh, not destashing, keeping. This next one is a mini from the Alice in Wonderland collection. I'm guessing this represents Alice's dress, but it's too similar to this one next to it, which I prefer, and it's the mini, so I am going to destash this one. And this one here is actually Butter London. I didn't put the lid back on very well, but it's this one, which is Petticoat. Really, really pretty shade. So this one's staying, and the OPI mini is going. The next one here is, this needs a really good shake up. Wow. But it's very, very pale blue, and again it looks slightly grey, but you can see the blue pigment in there. That's Saltwater Happy, and it is one of my palest blues, and I do really like this shade, so I'm keeping that. However, because this is very similar, I'm going to destash it. This is, I don't know what it's called, but it's the blue kind of periwinkle cornflower blue from the Coconut Infusions Barry M. So I'm going to let that one go. Oh, I've got 4. That's great. And the next one is Bikini Sotini, and this is a classic Essie with that pretty shimmer in there. Yeah, it's not as pronounced on the nail, unfortunately. In fact, it just vanishes. But it's a really, really gorgeous spring shade. So keeping that one. And then I have to swap over to another swatch wheel, which is this one here. So we'll start here. And this is that wonky swatch wheel. But this is the Clare's that, again, Debbie sent me. This is Blueberry. And this is a really pretty shimmer. It is kind of similar to Cinderella. Oh, where are we? Yeah, there's Cinderella. But it's darker, so definitely keeping that. This next one here is another Ciate, and this is Chinchilla, which is a really pretty grey blue. Keeping this one. This next one is Eve Snow. This next one is Eve Snow that I picked up for like 50p, and because it's just a mess. And it's a really weird little cap, but it's great. It's a brilliant, it needs cleaning, but it's a great one coater. So I am keeping the Eve Snow. This one here is Pudding by Polish Me Royalty, and it's this beautiful, it's just all puckered up with this swatch wheel, but it's a gorgeous blue, pale blue undertone with a greenish gold shimmer, very, very pronounced, and it's gorgeous, so I'm keeping that. And finally is Daenerys from Glitter Baby Nails, and because this blue isn't unique, it does have the shimmer. Well, you can see it more in the bottle, but you can see it when it's on the nail rather than the swatch wheel, but I would normally destash this, but I can't because it's called Daenerys, and it's a Game of Thrones reference, so I am going to have to keep that one. So I'm only destashing 4. I feel as though I've not quite made it, but I think 4 is close enough. Is there anything else that I can destash? I'm just looking. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to destash just for the sake of it. For now, this will do. So these 4 are going, which means I've still got like 18 in my collection, 17 in my collection. Yeah, blue is a difficult category for me. What can I say? Thanks for watching, everyone. Let me know what your favourite pale blues, pastel blues, baby blues, powder blues, all of that kind of thing. Let me know what your favourites are in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.